Okay.
23. For 29. Yes. I hear in the one in the section. Okay. Radheshyam. The second verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayana Namaste.
Narayana Namaste.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Udiraye. Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Vidyam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavatam Shloke. Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Devaki Nandanaya Cha. Kumaraya. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Naham Medi Bhavoyam. Purushe Vadhiyate. Yavat Buddhi Manokshartha. Gunabhyo Bhojyanadiman. Naham Mameti Bhavoyam. Purushe Vadhiyate. Yavat Buddhi Manokshartha. Gunabhyo Bhojyanadiman. Naham Mameti Bhavoyam. Purushe Vadhiyate. Yavat Buddhi Manokshartha. Gunabhyo Bhojyanadiman.
Naham mameti bhavoyam.
Naham Mameti Bhavoyam.
Purushe vadhiyate.
Purushe Vadhiyate.
Yavat buddhi manokshartha.
Yavat Buddhi Manokshartha.
Gunabhyo hi anadinam anadiman.
Gunabhyo Bhojyanadiman.
Naham mameti bhavoyam.
Naham Mameti Bhavoyam. Purushe Vadhiyate. Yavat Buddhi Manokshartha. Gunabhyo Bhojyanadiman.
Naham mameti bhavoyam.
Naham Mameti Bhavoyam.
Purushe Vadhiyate.
Purushe Vadhiyate.
Yavat buddhi manokshartha.
Yavat Buddhi Manokshartha. Gunabhyo Bhojyanadiman. Na, not, aham, I, mine, iti, thus, bhava, consciousness. I am this, Purushe, in the living entity. Vadhiyate, is separated. Yavat, so long. Buddhi, intelligence. Manaha, mind. Aksha, senses. Artha, sense objects. Guna, of material qualities. Yuha, manifestation. She, certainly. Anadiman, a subtle body. Existing since time immemorial. As long as translated purport by divine grace is learned from Prabhupada. As long as there exists a subtle material body composed of intelligence, mind, senses, and sense objects, and the reactions of the material qualities, the consciousness of false identification and its relative objective, the gross body, exists as well. Basically, he says that if we have false identification with our false ego, then we have the subtle body and gross body existing along with the soul as the tools for the soul to move around in the material world and do material activities. And once that false identification is removed, one thinks, I am Krishna Das, I am servant of the Supreme Lord. I have nothing to give and take with this material bodily coverings of gross body and subtle body. You don't identify with that, then those two bodies vanish. They don't cling to the soul. Just like if you take a green nariyal, nariyal, green color, big one. If you throw it in a well inside, well water, after 3 months, you will see that it withdraws inside. What do you call that? Cobra? Cobra? Cobra. What do you call it? Marathi cobra.
Marathi is cobra.
Yeah. Cobra is the coconut withdrawing inside. If you do like this, withdraws inside. So it's aloof from the fiber and the shell. So the fiber is compared to the material body, the large body. And the shell is compared to subtle body. And the coconut is compared to soul. And the coconut water is Krishna trade. It's like Prabhupada says the example in one place. So in this entire coconut, which is important? Is the fiber of the shell and the coconut water, which is important? Two things are important there. This one. Coconut and coconut water. They are very vital. Another two are you break it and throw it out. Right now. Similar to the gross body and subtle body, they cling on to the soul as long as you identify with it. If you don't identify with them, you withdraw inside, then you think I am Krishna's servant, that kind of stuff. Purport. The desires in the subtle body of mind, intellect, and ego cannot be fulfilled without a gross body composed of the material elements earth, water, fire, air, ether. So when I'm reading the purport, I'm planning to do a little bit elaborate the understanding. So I'll offer my prayers before I begin. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshurupinye Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadama Yabdadati Swadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Guravaram Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sarvadatam Sahavana Ragunatam Vitam Tansajivam Sarvadam Sarvadutam Parijanasitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Balan Sahavanalita Shri Shathamidamsya Namo Shri Radha Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Tisarani Nirvishishanyavadi Paschatya Vishkarani Mansavalvadarubhyasya Prabhasindubhya Evacha Parikanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravagovinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before I speak on this, the series of verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam, I seek the blessings of His Grace Muktananda Prabhu, who always lives on a soul platform, rising in the morning and chanting, dancing, and doing services day in and day out. And that's a wonderful example for all of us here. Also, Hanuman Prabhu, how he manages everything in his life, only Krishna knows. So, this series of verses are very important for young boys, especially because these are very scientifically explained how the subtle body acts in this world. By this is explained in argumentative in Pracinabarhi. The systematic Narada explains. Let us see. The desires of the subtle body of mind, intelligence, ego cannot be fulfilled without a gross body. It means it's like saying what are programs you write in the microprocessor cannot be executed without a servo motor. So the hands, legs are like servo motors, and the mind is like a microprocessor. If you write a pure program in the mind, then the hands will take agarbatti and render service to the Lord. But if you put an impure program in the mind, the same hand will take a cigarette. You will see that. Both are giving out smoke. One smoke is divine smoke. Another one is rapid smoke. Correct, no? So you will see that our movement of our hands, legs, shoulders, rectum, speech, all these things is going to be based on the inputs we give to the mind. That's what he's saying. When the gross mental body is not manifest, the living entity cannot factually act in the modes of material nature. That means the living entity has stored his desires in the mind, but you need a gross material body to express that desire. For example, say you are walking on the road, going to college, you walk, but you develop a desire that, oh, my friend is going in a very nice bike. So I wish I had a bike like that. Now sometimes small kids you will see, although they don't have a bike, they want a bike. They sometimes they make sound. You see that with the leg, with the hand and leg, they run like that, because they have a desire. But can they execute the desire? For executing desire, what they want?
Money.
Money. And with money they purchase a bike. Then they can actually go in the bike. When they don't have a bike, they will just move the leg, making sound, moving around. They have a desire, but they cannot manifest. Similarly, Prabhupada says here, without a gross mental body, you cannot give shape to your desire. The desire is just stored in the mind. In this verse, it is clearly explained that the subtle activities of the mind and intelligence continue due to the sufferings and enjoyments of the living entity, subtle body. See, mind can also give us trouble. Mind gives both pleasure and pain to us. We can see that. We experience pleasure and pain in the mind, the subtle body. That's what sufferings and enjoyments is saying. That continues. The consciousness of mental identity things such as I and mine still continues because such consciousness has been extant from time immemorial. This is the problem. All the pains and pleasures we undergo in the world are due to that mental attachment. For example, if you're going to a shopping mall to buy something and you're coming out, suddenly you see some cork ball comes flying and hits the car glass and your car glass breaks. It's a newly purchased Mercedes-Benz car, very costly one. And when you see the glass break, your heart breaks. You become simultaneously angry and you're beating off. Then you come running outside to see what good it is. But then you find that car and your car are both same, both are black cars. And your car is safe. That was somebody else's car. You look at the number board. As soon as you know it's not your car, immediately your cry turns into a smile. Isn't it? Immediately you feel that, oh, thank God, it's not my car, somebody else's car. Hell with it. Damn it, who cares? So if it is my car, ahankar, the ahankar comes. I am my car. I identify with the car. Due to which, if some damage happens to my car, I get broken down. If some damage has not happened, I am very happy. That's what he's saying, identifying with our car. Even sometimes rich people, when they go in the car, they see a rickshaw wala going, so they say, hey, rickshaw, no more side. Because they think he is rickshaw and I am Mercedes. They think like that. Neither am I Mercedes, nor is he rickshaw. I am driver of the Mercedes, he is driver of the rickshaw. So the drivers are different from the vehicle. That is not oftentimes remembered by people due to the ahankar, due to the false ego which is talking here. However, when one transfers to the spiritual world by virtue of understanding Krishna consciousness, the actions and reactions of both gross and subtle bodies no longer bother the spirit soul. Actually, the subtle body consisting of mind, intelligence, and ego, we say mind gives trouble. Mind doesn't give trouble. Mind is a dead thing. Mind is as dead as this one. Then how can anything give trouble? Because the soul powers the mind and intelligence and ego. Like powering means what? So all the three put together is called antakarana, man, buddhi, ahankar. When antakarana goes by experiences, likes, dislikes, antakarana is called man. When antakarana makes choices and decisions. The same Antakarana is called Buddhi. When Antakarana identifies, this is me, this is mine, then the Antakarana is called Ahankara. So one thing only is called by three names. Although we have compartmentalized it, calling it as Man, Buddhi, Ahankara. If you read Bhagavatam, Kapila, Sankhya, that he says Antakarana is only one thing only. But it behaves in three ways. So we call it as Man, Buddhi, Ahankara. So in the mind also there are two compartments. One is called reactive mind, another called reflective mind. So reactive mind is a conscious mind. Reflective mind is called heart, we call it, which is called chitta. So that is the subconscious mind, we call it. In English, they call it the subconscious. Now, besides all these things, that means Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, this Antakarana, this is material. All of them are material. And gross body is also material. Only difference is subtle body is subtle matter. Gross body is gross matter. And beyond all these things, there are two personalities in this body. One is a soul and the other one is super soul. So the super soul, both are divine, both are spiritual. Both are like two birds sitting in a tree. And one bird is a silent bird, peacefully silent and smiling. Other bird is a morose bird who sometimes eats neem fruits and becomes morose. Sometimes eats mango fruits and becomes happy. So that is the jiva soul. So all of us in this world, when they come, sometimes we are happy, sometimes unhappy, based on the interactions we have with the material nature. What type of interactions we have and with other living entities also. So the other bird has come with us. Why? To preach to us and turn us to light up and take us back to God. So he has come. So he is a liberated personality, one who is accompanying the jiva. The Supreme Lord is liberated personality. The soul also can become liberated. So the example is easily understandable. Think of Krishna Arjuna. Krishna is a liberated soul. Arjuna behaves like a conditioned soul. So when the liberated soul is preaching to the conditioned soul, then the conditioned soul hears the knowledge, he awakens, becomes purified. Then Karishya he surrenders. When he surrenders to Krishna, then he also becomes happy. So that the verse it says that Samani Vikshe Purushottamam Anishi Shosti Mushamana. And then he's saying, Pashyati Jushtam. He says that when the soul sees that I am trying to be the Purusha or enjoyer independently, but I can't enjoy. My enjoyment comes only by serving him. Then the Jiva wakes up to his true position. To put it more simply, actually, there has to be a very serious paradigm shift in our thinking process if we really want to become happy in life. So, what is the paradigm shift? When we think, I am the center of the universe and everything revolves around me, and everyone and everything existing is my happiness, my enjoyment. And this is the viewpoint modern education is giving us. If you see, if you read the books and everything, they say the man is the center of the universe. He's the crest jewel of all creation. I mean, everything that exists in the creation. And all the goats and cows and chicken are meant for him to eat. And everybody should be at his beck and call. And he has to, work hard and prove himself and, climb to the top of the corporate ladder and make the biggest money possible so that everyone will get his beck and call and everything will be at his disposal for enjoyment. And this is what every man should endeavor for. So have a big ambition in life, work hard, earn money and have a big bank balance and enjoy. This is the picture modern day society is giving or not. If anybody, you can tell me if I'm wrong, you can correct me. This is but the Shastras say that this is a wrong paradigm. The right paradigm is Krishna is the center and the Supreme Lord is the center. Madhvayat Vativato Yam Suryastapati Madhvayat Varshati Indro Dahatyagne Pratyushtarati Madhvayat. This verse says that the Lord is telling that Krishna in the form of Kapila is saying this. Madhvayat Vativato Yam is saying that the wind is blowing on my order. The sun is rising on my order, he's saying. The clouds are showering on my order. The fire is burning on my order. The death is taking its toll on my order. God is telling. That means God is saying that I am the center of the world and I am ordering all these people and it's happening. For example, when you look at the world around, you will see that sun shines. As soon as the sun shines, the green mango becomes reddish mango. The birds, they bloom into blossom. They blossom into full-blown flowers. You will see that. And then the sun evaporates the water and makes the rain clouds. When the clouds shower, the flowers blossom, the fruits ripen, the seasons change, and everything else happens, you will see in this world. As soon as the sun rises, and also all the industries require sunlight, and all the people in this world, the civilization for it to exist, we need the sunlight for survival. The chlorophyll, which is produced in the leaves, it has got almost 40 chemical reactions, photosynthesis, which we call it. But the effect of the sunlight is required. Without the sun, the chlorophyll photosynthesis will not happen. You will see that. So nothing can be produced in this world. We cannot eat grains, fruits, cereals, all these things without the aid of the sun. Not only that, our eyeballs are as good as a stone, good for nothing, without the aid of external light. Like now, I have this external light, I can see all of you. You can see me, I can see. If this external light were not there, we won't be able to see each other. We need the sunlight or any other light. Other lights also, they get their lighting ability from the sun originally. If you study, you will see that. One verse says that in the Bhagavatam Gita. So you will see that without the aid of sunlight, we won't be able to see each other. That means sun is an external aid. My eyes need to see, otherwise I can't see anything. So in this way, the Bhagavatam is declared that everything in this world is acting and moving under the order of Krishna. So when Prabhupada was in London, he was telling, see, there's a house where the window glass is broken, house appears very dusty, unkempt. In the garden, plants are not trimmed, and leaves are fallen from the tree on the edge. It's not cleaned. Anybody looking at the house can say that it looks like a ghost haunted house. There is no one inside. On the other hand, Prabhupada showed another house where the light was on, and the edges were neatly swept. The garden plants were neatly trimmed. House was looking neat and tidy. And Prabhupada asked the devotees, what is the difference between the two? The devotee said, Prabhupada, here somebody is living inside. It's animated house. And this is a dead house, they said. So when Prabhupada look at the universe, is it animated or is it dead? And all devotees agree, it's animated universe. Because we don't say God gave me brains million years ago. Now God went away. He's not there. We don't say that. Right now He's giving grains. Right now He's giving rains. Right now He's giving fruits, flowers, cereals, spices, medicinal herbs, and gold and silver and diamond. And in the ocean there are navaratnas. And seasons are changing. Rutucharya is there. In different Rutucharya, if you see, every Rutu, some fruits, flowers, everything is coming. Accordingly, you will see that. So this universe is very lively. So Prabhupada said, and the universe is lively, just like on a top of a paper with iron filings. If you move a magnet, everything moves. So Lord is moving all these things. So that is the point. The correct paradigm is God is making everything happen. I am only watching it, and I am dependent on Him for all these resources. And if I displease Him, He has the ability to withdraw these resources, and I will suffer. Simply making a big industry and making a million people work in the industry doesn't make advancement in science or progress in science, because simply making an industry doesn't make us progress. What is real progress one has to see? When you talk of progress, there should be a goal towards which you progress. Correct, no? For example, I'm running from here to there. No? So from here I can keep a track of how much progress I have made towards that goal. Correct, no? Now all of the students now, when studying in the college, say you have 4 years undergrad. So you can see first year progress, second year progress, third year progress. Then during college progress means you talk about marks. Correct, no? And company, you talk in terms of progress based on a promotion. You agree? Correct? And your salary package and your growth. Similarly, if you're doing scientific research, you will see your progress based on the number of papers published, especially in international magazines that you have published. You see that. In sports, if you're talking about progress, you talk in terms of getting a gold medal, a silver medal, going up to the Olympics. Like somebody's playing cricket, what is the progress? Initially, he played for the school, then he played for the college, then he's playing for the state, then he's playing for the country, and then he has entered in the cricket team of the 12 people or whatever in the country. That means he's making progress according to that. So, whenever you talk of progress, there is a aim set, and you have to progress towards that. So, Prabhupada is asking, what is real progress, what is illusory progress? So Prabhupada is telling the dogs are running on 4 legs and you are running on 4 wheels. What progress have you made? And when Prabhupada asked in America when he came. So that means Prabhupada says, take your car, run from here to that and that to here very fastly. Is that the progress? Or you can take a plane and fly also. You are going from one place to another, this place to this place. So what type of progress he asked? So what is the meaning of this? I want to explain. You will see in this world, all the living beings who have come, they become very busily preoccupied with accumulating wealth, purchasing lands, erecting big building. Prabhupada says, you dig the ground and erect a big building, and demolish the building and fill up the ground. He says that you can't create anything new. You take from God only. Unless you dig, you cannot make a big building. Correct now? That's what you do. You erect. So you spend your time making roads, making airports, making big industries and all these things. Suddenly when the death comes, you don't know who you are, where are you going, and you accumulated so much goods and then you leave it all behind and go. So every lifetime you are accumulating, living, and going back. So Prabhupada asked, what kind of progress is that? Progress actually means when it, therefore there's a story of Sisyphus in Greek mythology. This Sisyphus was a man who did some very big blunder against the government. So the king called him and said, I am not giving you death sentence. I can give you, but I am not giving you. Instead, I will give you a punishment. Morning to evening, you have to do this, like 9 to 9. Morning, night, 9, you have to do one job. The man said, thank you, sir, for saving my life. Tell me what's the job for me. He said, you have to take this big, round, like a big ball type of thing, boulder, heavy boulder, stone boulder. And you have to roll it up the hill. After reaching up the hill like this, you should leave it. It will come down to the ground. Again, you lift it up. Again, it will come down. The man was surprised. Is this the task? And the king said, you are not going to be alone. Along with it, there will be 4 or 5 more men with whips in their hands. If you don't roll it up, they will whip you. And if you are rolling, they will not whip you, but you should take the trouble of rolling up. So the man would be sweating and fuming, especially on the hot sunny day. He would be struggling and he would be, because if he doesn't move it up, they are going to beat him. And when you reach that, leave it. This is repeated, he will do all day. This is the story you read in the Greek. So when I read the story, I was shocked there because the same thing every living entity is doing. When you start from LKG, first standard, 2nd standard, 10th standard, and then you go up to undergrad, postgrad, doctorate, reach up, and then you get a big job, get money, and then you put up a big company, you start a .com company, something. And then you reach that, and then suddenly when the death comes, some massive heart attack or something, it becomes 0 again. You come to 0 again, and the next life you'll find this fellow will be reborn in some other body. That ship again you will start having any good extra. So then what about this degree? Like Radheshyam was carrying IMTech degree from IIT. Can you carry it to the next place? Have to start from Baba Black sheet. Am I right or not? Yeah. Because therefore it is like coming from the top to bottom, 0. And again you start first standard, 2nd standard. So Prabhupada said, this is called Punah Sarvita Sarvana. Repeating the same words, like you took chewing gum, you were eating a teacher came suddenly, you stick it under the desk. Teacher has come now. After teacher goes again, you take it out. Like that. Same thing we keep repeating, birth after birth. So that's what Prahlad told his friends also. So therefore Prabhupada says this is not progress. You understand? No? Then you may ask, okay, if you are condemning the modern education and you are condemning our progress with science, technology, all these things, then what is real progress in that? Yes, that's a good question. Then explain the Shastra. Shastra say, first of all, be clear about why this world is created. This world is not a hotel. This world is a hospital. See, when you go to hotel, they give you a menu where you can tick mark what you want. Whereas when you go to hospital, you don't tick mark the medicines you want. Can you tell the doctor, the cough syrup is nice smelling, please do that. Can you ask like that? You are giving to my neighbor a very nice smelling, tasting cough syrup, give me that. Can you ask? Doctor will say, no, no, cough syrup is for you, injection is for you. You make it. So we should be ready, whatever medicines doctor prescribes in a hospital. That's one difference between a hotel and a hospital. Another difference in hotel you go for enjoying, whereas the hospital you come for treatment, curing the disease. In the hotel, you can fire the fellow who is not bringing dosa or idli on time. Hey, why are you late? Correct? Huh? In doctor, when you go, you are supposed to be humble. Doctor, please check my dressing. What happened to me? You know, whatever you say, I will do. Like one fellow, one of our boys became devotee. He went to his village. By mistake, what he did, he told his grandfather to give up tobacco. He said, I'm going to ISKCON. Now they don't allow all this. You better give up tobacco. Grandfather became angry because grandfather was almost 80 years old, with a big mustache. It's a village, huh? And his body, very strong body he had. Huh? He chastised the boy, hey, I have seen you right from childhood, the Nanga body. Huh? You are always not wearing any clothes when you are a small kid. Now you are giving advice. Then he called his sons and shouted at everybody, how can this boy, such a young boy, he's just 18-year-old boy, he's coming and giving me advice. I am his grandfather and all that. And this boy made a phone call to the devotees and said, by mistake I preached to my grandfather, I am in trouble now. Yeah. 2 weeks he was at home. Every day his grandfather was yelling at him. Now 3 months later, his grandfather started getting severe ulcers and everything in the mouth, some problem. He went to doctor. Doctor asked him, hey, do you eat tobacco, tambaku? He asked him. He said, yes, sir. You see, all these years you were eating and now the fruits is coming down. He said, your full mouth is full of ulcers because of this. Today only you should stop it. You can never touch it. And immediately old man, I will do it. Immediately followed it. Now when grandson is a devotee, Hare Krishna devotee is telling he is angry. And doctor says he has to give up. Correct, no? So can we yell at the doctor also? Doctor is telling him to give up. You cannot. So this is one difference between hospital and hotel. You see, hospital when doctor tells you don't do this, you should avoid it. Do it means you do it. The guru is the doctor, and the doctor is telling, okay, you have tobacco biting has caused you ulcers. Give it up. He says. So we follow the four regulated principles. And doctor tells you, and this is a medicine, an injection you have to take. So then we take the injection of the holy name. Although initially it may be painful or boring, it may be difficult, you accept the injection. And when you approach the doctor, you approach him humbly. We don't boss over him like we do it in the hotel. People sometimes, dosa is coming late, they will pound on the table and say, why is dosa late? You can't ask the doctor, why you have to wait outside, there are 40 people waiting. Sometimes in hospital we wait even 2 hours also. You have experience of that? So you will see when we go to the hospital, the purpose is curing our malady of the heart. When you go to the hotel, the purpose is enjoyment there. So now you all may have a question, can't we enjoy? Yes, you can enjoy, but after you are cured. Like if you have viral fever, can you enjoy a big plate of pulao, curry, rasam, and poli? Everything can you enjoy? If you have viral fever? Yes, you can enjoy. When? After cure. That's the answer. Actually, it's not that the soul cannot enjoy. Soul can enjoy in the spiritual world with Krishna. That enjoyment, we don't call it enjoy, we call it relish. We call it relish. In English, there's a word called relish. Relish means sanctified enjoyments. Honestly, tell me, when you eat prasadam, do you enjoy or you don't enjoy? Enjoy, but it is a sanctified enjoyment. Like a man is allowed to marry and have wife, children, family. There is some enjoyment in the family also. Practicing devotion service with one's wife and children, mother, father, everybody going to the yatra. There is some enjoyment, but that's called relish. Relish means that enjoyment is sanctified enjoyment, permitted enjoyment. But the Lord has given permission like that. So in spiritual level, like go on Harinam outdoor, with 40, 100 devotees and distribute books and you do a lot of kirtan and everybody is dancing. There's some enjoyment in that. But an enjoyment is sanctified enjoyment. So one is allowed to enjoy after you are cured. When you are getting cured, that time the life can be a little painful. They give you this bland diet, they give you the bland diet, they call it. It cannot be read. After the cured, you are given nice. In the same manner, in this material world, you will see that Lord is the center and I am only his servant. This is the right paradigm or a correct consciousness. I am thinking I am the center, everyone, everything is revolving around me. That's a wrong paradigm. And therefore there are people committing suicide, there are divorces, and quarrels, altercations, misunderstandings in the world. They are all because of wrong paradigm. So now right conception, right consciousness. Two things are explained in Shikshashtakam verses. I will tell you the verse and example also. Okay, let us take two personalities. Take Hanuman, for example. Hanuman is looking at Ram, Hanuman is looking at Sita. When Hanuman is looking at Ram, what does he think in his mind? Ram is my master and I am his servant. Dasoham Kaushalendrasya. That's the word he told when he went to Lanka. Ravana asked him, who are you? Hanuman said, Dasoham Kaushalendrasya. I am the servant of the king of Kaushala. Who is it? That Rama, like that. And when he's looking at Sita, what does he think? She's mother, and I am meant for her service. She will order me and I will fulfill her orders. She is my mother, like that is. Now Ravana is looking at Rama. What does he think?
Enemy.
He is my enemy. And why is he here? I don't want him, keep him far away. He doesn't want him. And when he's looking at Sita, what does he think? She is meant for my enjoyment. So now comes the two verses I am going to tell you from Shikshashtakam. The right conception means when Hanuman is looking at Ram, what is the verse? Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mamishame bhavam budham kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhuli sadrisham vichindaya. The Chaitanya taught us this prayer. He says, Nanda tanuja kinkaram, O Krishna, son of Nanda, I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please accept me as one of the billions of devotees in the spiritual world. Accept me as one of the servants. Engage me in your service. That means you are accepting Krishna as the master. I am his servant. This is right in a conception, correct? No? And now when Hanuman is seeing Sita, what is the right consciousness? Nalanam, najanam, nasundarim, kavitam va jagadishatamaye. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatar bhakti ragaitu ki. He says that, my dear Lord, I don't want any amount of wealth or women or followers or fame or praises. I don't want anything. I only want birth after birth to render service. So he is thinking of Sita as worshipable mother and not seeing her as meant for enjoyment. One of the names of Lord's consort is Lakshmi, correct? And you read this book, Elevation to Krishna Consciousness. That Prabhupada writes that in a chapter called Struggle for Happiness. Very beautiful chapter it is, Struggle for Happiness. In that chapter, Prabhupada writes, from the topmost, aristocratic manager or CEO of a company, down to the coolie in the street, everybody is struggling in this world. He says, what for? Everybody is struggling for only one thing. What is it? To accumulate money. Why they were accumulating money? Because they want to convert this money into happiness. And then Prabhupada says, you see, everybody is allotted a quota of money in this world. You will get that money. If it is there in your country, it will come to you, without much struggle. But if you try to accumulate more than what you deserve, it is like putting more salt in food. Will it be tasty? Why we feel suffering in this world? Because more salt and sabji you put, can we eat sabji? Yeah. And if you don't have any salt and sabji, will it be good? No. That means salt should be appropriately put. Then sabji will be tasty. Similarly, central education is allowed 90.6 degree Fahrenheit is the body temperature. We don't want to make that into 0. But we should not make it to 103, 104, 105 degree Fahrenheit. Increasing metallism means increasing fever. You say that's what the world is suffering. When you go from need to greed, you bleed. It is said. Why the whole world is bleeding? That is because of greed. You can see that. So if you keep your life in line with Krishna's plan for us, you will be very happy in this world. Whatever you deserve, you get it. Lord arranges for us. So therefore, Prabhupada writes in that place that Lakshmi actually is a property of Narayana, and one should connect Lakshmi to Narayana. But instead of that, living in it is want to take away Lakshmi from Narayana and enjoy like the way Ravana enjoyed. Anybody knows who is the Vahana for Lakshmi? Nobody has heard. Vahan. Narayana Vahan is Garuda, we know that. No, tiger is Durga. Owl, correct. Who said that? Correct. That's a Vahan. Haribol. Haribol. That means Vahana is Kullu. That means owl. And owl is awake when? Night time. That means people who make Lakshmi the god of life, they want to earn money. They will do night activities. So who is very active in night? Thief is thieves and also asuras. They are called Nishachara. You know that they are known Sri Ramam Dasharathatmajam Apraneyam Sitapatim Pradugalan Mayaratna Devam Ajanubahu Aravyandalayakasham Nishachara Vinashakaram Namami. There's a prayer. Nishachara Vinashakaram means those who are awake at night, God Rama destroys. The danger is so many people are awake at night nowadays. But who are the people awake at night? You know that? Asuras. Asuras become awake after Sandhyakala. But Devas are active during the day. They sleep with the sun, wake up with the sun. So Nishachara means whole night, those who keep awake and do night activities means you go to the beer bar, you will see there's a dim light, permit room, cabaret dances, drinking liquor, drinking, smoking, drugs. These are all very active in the day or night? Night. They are nighttime activities. So that means if one makes Lakshmi the god of life, I want to enjoy Lakshmi. They will do nighttime activities and they are preparing a ghastly future for themselves. On the other hand, devotees of the Lord actually bring Lakshmi and Narayana together. Their delight is how to connect Lakshmi to Narayana and worship them together as Lakshmi Narayana. So Narayana is called Shubha, Lakshmi is called Labha. So they write Shubha, Labha. When you put them together, then there is auspiciousness for you in your life. Not only Labha. Only Labha will become low eventually. What is low? Low of kebab, he says. Low will create havoc in our lives. So, therefore, modern man's paradigm is a wrong paradigm. Modern day education paradigm is a wrong paradigm. They are cheating the innocent masses by telling them you are the center of the world, everyone is at your beck and call, whole world can revolve around you. Just make money and eat, drink and be merry and go to hell. That's all. That's all they are teaching you. That's a cheating knowledge. At the same time, you can't run away from modern education and your job because you have parents, you have responsibility, you have family and everything. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught one formula for you, which is very important for all of you, especially when you have to be a part of the world. He said, Antare Nishtha, Bahare Vyavahara. He said, what is the meaning of that? Bahare Vyavahara means manage your business externally, meditate on Krishna internally. So repeat this. Manage your business externally, meditate on Krishna internally. Which means you should know that the goal of life is Krishna, to go back to Godhead. At the same time, we also have to manage our external business for duty's sake. You have to do your job, correct? No? Like, you have to go to college, you have to go to company, you have to make some money, you have to maintain the family. Whatever is to be done, you will do it as a, as a part of your life. But you know that this type of lifestyle will get you nowhere. But if you really want real progress, that is spiritual progress. Now we are coming to real progress. What is real progress? I tell you? Real progress means change of heart. Real education means heart transformation. Now, what our heart transformation has taken place for ISKCON boys, students coming to ISKCON, I tell you. 1 year when our training program got over, and the one time there were about 450 boys were there. I asked, how many of you are eating meat? Now you have given up meat. 250 boys raised their hand in that. They said, you are eating meat, now you have given it up completely. Then I again asked, okay, how many of you promise that lifelong you will follow this, you will never touch it? Again, all the group is there. They said, and I asked the reason, how you are so convinced about it? They said, now we cannot even think of eating meat because we know in the body of a goat or the chicken, who is present? Soul is present, Atma is present. And we cannot cut them. How can we cut them? Just not possible. This is real education. That means you treat the other creatures as you want to be treated. Atma Vatsarva Bhuteshu. In the same manner, there are boys who also have said, one boy had wrote a mail to me saying that I was such an abominable fellow. He had some cousin sister. He used to treat her as an object of enjoyment. He always thought of her. He says, now I understood that other than one's wife, one should see every woman as a mother. Matrava, Paradareshu. Paradara means other one's wife. Ravana did not see Paradara as Matru, as mother. Therefore he was destroyed. So one has learned. Even if some bad thoughts come in the mind, one will modify one's thoughts and think properly to understand that every woman should be seen as a mother, except one's own wife. That is heart transformation. Similarly, you will not touch another's money. That is not, whatever God has given you in your pocket, you can spend, but you can't put your hand in somebody else's pocket. So you follow that. So these are all civilized behavior. In the same manner, heart transformation means, a greedy man becomes a satisfied man. A hungry man becomes a peaceful man. A lusty rogue, you find like Ajamila. He became a man filled with love in his heart for Lord Narayana eventually. You will see that. In the same manner, you will find a rigid man like Arjuna who was not ready to fight. He became a flexible man. At the end of the Gita, you find he was willing to fight. So you will find that is actually change of heart. Change of heart means like hippies were drug addicts and they became very amazing. Hippies were eating cow flesh earlier and now they are not even eating onion garlic. Earlier they were drinking liquor. Now they don't even drink coffee tea also. They drink only milk only. What is it not a radical change? What kind of change it is? So Krishna conscious progress means the progress you get is so radical, it's between earth and sky. That is real progress. You have become a changed person, fully changed person. You are thinking, an arrogant person becomes a humble person. There was one devotee called, in those days, we had the Pune Yatra. He used to play this big vampire very beautifully and sing Kirtan. So he said in his family, 6 sons they have, 6 sons. Bands. He was into this break dances. He was into drug addiction. And his circle was very bad circle. His mother had told the other sons that you don't even consider him your brother. He's good for nothing. She told, don't even come home. Don't even put your foot at home. Because she thought he will spoil the other brothers also. But later on, this fellow, someone other came across devotees doing Harnam Sangeet in the street and let them give the prasad, went to temple. He became such a first class devotee. His mother couldn't believe her eyes. Later on, none of the other sons became devotees. This fellow became devotee. So the mother later on was telling everybody, he is my most dear son. And so she was very amazed seeing this boy's transformation. met Prabhupada and said, I can't believe that any process can change somebody so much. You have heard of Brigari, right? In those days, you heard of Brigari becoming a non-violent person, a hard-hearted, cruel hunter becoming a soft-hearted Vaishnava. You hear that. But here now that's continuing now, even in the modern times. So one of the aspects of progress is change of heart, change of habits. And man, a characterless person becoming a man of high character. Another sign of progress is that if you made some progress, like for example, you made, Krishna says, Swalpam apyasa dharma se trayate mahatavaya. If you made 20% progress, and that is not lost. Next life you start from 21%. You made 80% progress, then you start from 81%. Then when you make 100% progress, then Krishna says, now you come back to me now. No? You don't have to think material world anymore. Is that not progress? Because this progress is cumulative. It is never lost. Just like hundi, you keep putting coin, half hundi is full. Now say your father gave you money, you spend it off, you didn't put it in the hundi for 3-4 years. Again you start putting. Where it will start from? Wherever you left. If you fill half, then you start from half. Bhakti is like that. Bhakti, it always, therefore I have shown many videos in the past. Why? Because those videos show that if you have done some bhakti, you continue from there. Where you left, from there you continue. Then keeps on proceeding. That's real progress because it's a indeletable, undeletable file. It doesn't get deleted, it doesn't get depleted, it remains as it is. That progress. And what is that progress in bhakti? Can anybody say? Okay, 20%, 50%, 80%. So how do you know a person is progressing? He is going ahead in spiritual life. What is the proof? Anybody? How do you know somebody is progressing in bhakti? Is it some imagination or is there really something called progress in bhakti?
Indifferent to material.
Oh, somebody is saying indifferent to material things. That is negating the negative. But on the positive side, what is the progress?
Develop taste for devotional service. You start getting more and more interested.
Taste was a very good point also, yeah. But Malkati said also, difference to material attractions is also true. 3 things. Bhakti, Pareshan, Bhavo, Virakti, Anyat, Chaishate, Ekakala, Prabhadyamana, Se, Ashtatastus, Pushti, Pushti, Shudabhayo, Anudhasam. That's a verse in Bhagavatam. It says 3 symptoms are visible in the body of a devotee. One is, the example is given, when you are very hungry, you take your plate and go to say prasad. When you put the prasad in the mouth, there's a taste in the tongue. And when the prasadam goes down your throat to the belly, there's a satisfaction in the belly. You can see that in our temple when we serve chapati, some people will be so hungry in the lunch time, before chapati reaches the plate, they will catch it from the, that fellow is putting, this fellow is catching. Like the they will catch and put, and they will be eating like that. But later on, when chapati will be coming, you will say, no, enough now. Correct now? You will see that. They're satisfied. So is there anybody else need to give a certificate that you are satisfied, or you know it yourself? You know it yourself. You can be satisfied. Thirdly, after that food digests, you get nourishment, strength you get, with which you can do activity, correct now? Like we say, energy means capacity to work after that. These 3 symptoms can be seen in a devotee also. For example, devotees practicing Krishna consciousness. In the early days, you will find that just like the children, naughty children, they won't eat at all. Mother will chase behind them for giving food. You have seen that? But after the children grow, now you all are grown up now. Somebody is chasing after you for food, and you take the plate and go for food. What do you think? Somebody chasing? The mother generally chases after small babies. You've seen that? They don't eat. Similarly, in the beginning stage of Krishna consciousness, we have been running away from Krishna. Because we thought the Hare Krishna was a big disturbance. Many boys used to think, every Saturday they come for calling for the program. Some of my friends, they will tell me that I'm coming, but they'll not go somewhere else. You won't come. Initially, you have to chase after people to get them for the program. But after coming for the program, after chanting, after reading, after hearing, after some months, they become fixed up devotees. So all devotees sitting there, they are fixed up devotees. Because once the taste develops, you understand that hey, this is genuine path. I am convinced of this. So, and then the taste starts coming also. You will see you like to hear lectures, you like to chant, you like to take prasad, you like to be with devotees. you like to follow pure habits, you give up the bad habits, and you take Prabhupada's book and you read it, and you understand, you develop a desire to go back to Krishna. So this is taste. Second, the satisfaction. How do you know the devotee is satisfied? That hankering for material enjoyment will go away. That's what she was telling, Mother was telling that freedom from material attachments or attractions. So you will see that Prabhupada says even a young boy, 700, 800 boy also, if he comes to Krishna consciousness, he's not attracted to cinema, he's not attracted to frivolous sports, he's not attracted to smoking, drinking, and things like that. On the contrary, Prabhupada saw even boys belonging to big universities, students of doctorate and postdoctorate, Prabhupada saw in America. They cannot avoid going to cabaret dance, watching, smoking, drinking in the clubs and everything. Prabhupada said, what is the use of a big education? You cannot give up, you are a slave of women and wine and smoking and all these things. Your education has not given you any kind of upliftment, he said. So, this satisfaction you will see, there is no Krishna. Instead of Krishna is replaced by Krishna. You will see that. Satisfaction in Krishna only. Third thing, strength. What is strength? The devotee who has become Krishna conscious cannot keep quiet. He has to go and tell his friends, Prabhu, this is such a beautiful path. This chanting is so nice. Prasadam is so nice. Please come to temple. You will want to bring your friends to temple, introduce them to Krishna, Prabhupada books and everything like that. In Pune, one fellow, he got this, piles, that backside, he got it. What do you call it? Some kind of this thing. So he was very shy devotee. He didn't want to show anybody back, really show your buttocks backside to anybody. Doctor. He wanted to avoid it, but he couldn't avoid it. At last it became big. So he had to show the doctor. It's a shameful thing for him. But he got it amazingly cured within 3-4 months. That was a very, very specialist doctor. After 5-6 years of suffering, then he got it completely cured from this doctor and within a few months. He was so happy. He was always eager to help anybody who may have fights. So one day he saw another devotee sitting like this on one side. Yeah, why are you sitting like this? He said, no, nothing. He said, I know very well, you have five problems. Hey, how do you know that? He said, I had the same problem. Immediately you put him in the sumo and took him to the doctor, the same doctor, and that fellow also got cured in 3 months and he was so happy. So this devotee was coming and telling me, oh, I felt so happy helping the devotee to get this disease cured. Similarly, if you became cured with the Prabhupada books, if you keep quiet, you will actually want to tell people, see what Prabhupada is saying. You read this, you hear this, take this prasad, come to this temple, then come for yatra. Prabhu, Mataji, please don't waste your human form of life. You have to tell people. And that is the strength for preaching. So, taste for the holy name, taste for hearing, and satisfaction, and not hankering for material enjoyment. And thirdly, strength to preach Krishna consciousness. These things will come. So, in this way, devotee's progress is visible for devotees and the people around the devotee. You will see that this person, how he was and how he has become transformed in his life. So we have, in this way, the spiritual progress, and also spiritual progress reduces your material demands. You will see that, you will not want to live very lavishly. Whatever it will, Kamasyanendriya prete lavo jive yavada jivasya tattva jignasa nato yascheha karma vihi. This verse says lavo jive yavada. You can earn profits, but not for lavishness. You earn profit to keep the body and soul together. And then keep your life, material life. We call it as a maximize Krishna time, minimize Maya time. It's a formula, very simple. The more you maximize Krishna time, you make very, very great progress. And then minimize Maya time means that is manage your business externally. That also we have to do. In this way, we can make true progress in life, spiritual progress. And the spiritual progress will become visible as you advance, as affection for Srila Prabhupada and other Vaishnavas, Acharyas, and also affection for Krishna, and considering yourself a property of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. You delight more when you come in association. And you do your material duties reluctantly. You don't delight in them. You do them because you are supposed to do them. But when it comes to spiritual activity, you delight, with great delight you should do it. So Lakshita Mahaprabhu told this to our Raghunath Goswami, Antare Nishta Bahira Vyavahar, he said that. Now, for example, when we are not that seriously working, many times we delight in, even I used to delight in writing a complete program, a 3,000 lines complete program, and people being it for almost 2 weeks. 1 month, but you remove the computer will run this much program, and you keep running. Finally, when all the bugs are removed, and the program runs well, I used to get over to a dozen, workers in our department. I am supposed to show them how the program runs and how to put the parameters and how to get the results. So we used to get very big delight. We have achieved that. These are all childish delights. Because yes, we may get some delight in that, material delight. One boy asked me a question. Prabhuji, just if we are going to, lab and doing some laboratory activity, it is so absorbing. That I'm able to forget the material world outside. This is not a very wonderful thing. So any of you can say, is there any flaw in his thinking? Because he feels you are happy and chanting and dancing, and I am happy in my lab doing my research and publishing papers. Every time I do some lab research and I publish some papers, I cannot tell you how much happiness I feel. You are happy in chanting and reading Bhagavatam. I am happy in publishing papers and. So what is the happiness he is experiencing? Anybody can say?
Intellectual.
Intellectual, correct. It's an intellectual happiness. So his argument was, okay, you guys are happy there, I'm happy here. What's wrong in that? Anybody can see anything wrong in that? Or there's nothing wrong in this? Okay, after all, you have to be happy. He's happy in this, you are happy in this. People say that. There's a big flaw in this. What is this? Prabhupada said, today you are in the body of a human being. There is no assurance you will get the same body next life. Yeah. When Prime Minister of a country, Prabhupada said he will become a dog in some other country. Prabhupada said the one Jyotish fellow had told that this fellow became dog in this particular country. So the other day I was showing one dog, you remember that? Mathematics calculation doing dog. You all saw that, correct? He's calculating 2 plus 3, like 5 times a day. So he a big mathematics genius. He was got sent up in the previous life. The next life he is barking mathematics in the dog's body. You can see that. So this is the problem in life. That sometimes we are a dog, sometimes a cat's body, sometimes in a tree's body, sometimes an animal's body. So sometimes Kabu Raja, Kabu Praja, it says. Sometimes king, sometimes Praja. So if we want to keep on rotating in the cycle of birth and death, it's like a giant wheel. Any of you been in a giant wheel here? Anybody? You sit in a giant wheel, you sat?
Back in India.
Back in India, I too are. So when you're in the giant wheel, is it a joyful thing or a fearful thing? Both. Because in giant wheel, when you go up, you feel like flying up. But when it's coming down, it will appear that as if the whole sofa is going to turn around, you're going to fall away. Hold on to the side. You've seen that? So when people say, when it's going up, ha 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 ha, people laughing and coming down, like that they will be shouting. So when you go to heaven, people are very happy. Later on, when you come to everybody you come to hell. Everybody is shouting. The material world is like very sweet. Sometimes takes you to Swarga, another time Naraka, again Swarga, Naraka, it keeps going. So do you want to rotate in the cycle? Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Katare Shayanam, Iha Samsare, Kartustare, Kripaya Pare, Padi Murare. Shankara is saying that how many times I have to enter into different wombs of different mothers, my God. Again and again taking birth, again and again dying. What is this tamasha going on in this world? Therefore he said, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate. One last verse I will say and conclude the talk. Guru Charana Bhuja Nirbhara Bhakta Samsara Dachira Bhava Mukta Sendriya Manasa Niyama Devam Rakshasi Nija Hridayastam Devam. You know what he's saying? He's saying, Guru Charanam Bhuja. One should take shelter of the lotus feet of Guru. Nirbhara Bhakta. Wholeheartedly one should practice Krishna consciousness. We should not take it very casually or lightly. We should take it as the prime goal of life because this produces real progress. Krishna consciousness. All other progress is illusory progress. As I told you, the progress in the school or the office or any other material progress. Like Mike Tyson said, nobody can, beat me. Now finally, we got old now. Where is the strength gone? Strong people become weak, beautiful people become ugly. Wealthy people can become, a billionaire can become a beggar in this world. So we don't want such a passing away, fleeting opulence. We want to meet the Lord who is full in all opulences. So Guru Charanam with the Nirbhara Bhakta, Samsara, Achinatma Bhakta. Then quickly you will become relieved from samsara, he says. How? Sendriya Manasa Niyama Deva. You take your mind and senses and engage it in Devam. Devam is Krishna. Engage it in the Lord's service. Your mind and senses absorb it. And then he's saying, Drashyasi. Then you will see Lord Krishna in your heart. Always. Hridayastha. Hridayastha means you will be standing in your heart. Just as our heart becomes Vrindavan and Lord will be always present in our hearts. He says. So in this way, taking shelter of Guru, following his instructions, chanting the holy name, living in the company of devotees, taking only prasad, avoiding unfavorable items. So these things will give us the tangible, substantial, real spiritual progress. And the material progress which modern man is very boasting himself about, considering himself to be the pivot of the whole universe. It's illusory progress. He is cheating himself and cheating others. Therefore, now the artificial intelligence they are going on researching deeply. Now they want to explain everything in this world, including your emotions and feelings and all these things in terms of dopamine and endorphin and adrenaline. Everything in terms of this they want to explain. They want to create a virtual world now. So once the artificial intelligence increases, people will not even look at each other. Everybody will put this in gadgets, all people walking like robots. Everywhere the world will become like that. 24/7. You've seen Netflix movies, you've seen? Netflix movies have the attraction to keep you 20 hours engaged continuously. Such high, sharp videos are made, movies are made. People are getting hooked to it, not able to come out of it. Fortunately, we became Krishna conscious devotees. So we can see that what is binding and what is liberating. There are some games like Blue Whale or what is that grand art of theft. These kind of games when teenagers get into there, my God, they cannot come out. Even there is examination tomorrow. Today they will play 20 hours. Once they get into it, it's because if you do this, then it keeps on going inside. And you cannot come out. For coming out, you have to be self-control stage. Are you? If you are not self-control, you cannot come out. So these children are not taught how to control their senses, but they are given gadgets to play, which take away their sense control also. So actually, these are all subtler ways the modern day advancement is binding the jivas. So we have to be very careful. Even we should not become slaves of smartphones. We should not become slaves of media, social media. As devotees, we should take our time for chanting, reading, hearing, associating with devotees, taking darshan of the Lord. We should not get carried away by the current of this social media and other things which keep. Therefore, life becomes too super busy. One of the reasons for life becoming busy is wasting time with YouTube videos. Going here, going there, watching this, watching that. You get lost completely. So save yourself. Don't allow yourself to get drowned in the samsara ocean. We have to keep ourselves on the surface and catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet and go back to Godhead. And Father Prabhupada has given us very good books, his lectures, his temples, devotees, chanting of the holy name, prasad, such amazing weapons to defend ourselves and protect ourselves. He has given everything, you just stick to them. Say Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Do we have any other sessions today?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Actually, for the boys, we have a calendar day. In the evening, we have there, actually, I have already told you that there's a non-vision program tomorrow evening. I think. Right? What time it is?
Sunday feast at 5 o'clock.
Sunday it is at 5 o'clock. Correct?
We can keep it later. 6:30.
We have a youth program also. Sunday is the youth in the afternoon. Okay, 6:30 is all I told you if you want. 6:30 to 8 we can do. So Sunday. Okay, Sunday. Tomorrow is Sunday, right? Okay, 6:30 to 8 tomorrow. I will do. Rest of the programs I'm doing for the youth and